Okay, so today I've got this absolutely incredible story for you. It's a story about a boy who literally slept on the street, a massive corporation on the absolute brink of collapse, and a digital mystery worth a staggering 1,000 crore rupees. You've got to hear this. Just imagine this. Those are the words of a company's vice president, completely backed into a corner, totally in crisis mode. He makes this wild promise, a 50 crore cash reward. I mean, that's the kind of money that doesn't just change your week, it changes your entire family's future. It really sets the stage for just how high the stakes were.
So, how did things get so bad in the first place? Well, to get that, we've got to meet our hero. And let me tell you, he's the last person you would ever expect. We need to understand the two completely different worlds he was living in.
So picture this. You've got two worlds, literally side by side, but a million miles apart. On one side, there's a 12-year-old boy, Aryan, who calls the footpath his home. And on the other, this massive gleaming tower of data consultancy services, or DCS. He spent his entire life in the shadow of this building, a place where, to the security guards, he was just a nuisance to be chased away.
But here's the thing about Aryan, the thing that made him different. Where you and I would just hear the random noise of the city, the traffic, the chaos. Aryan's mind could actually pick out rhythms, patterns. It was like he could hear the secret language of machines. Most people just thought he was lost in his own world, but he was actually listening to something no one else could even hear.
All right, so let's shift gears and talk about the moment it all went wrong. The moment that brought one of the country's biggest companies to its knees and turned a totally normal day into an absolute corporate nightmare.
1,000 crore rupees. I mean, just let that number roll around in your head for a second. That's the amount of money we're talking about. To put that into perspective, you could fund thousands of new businesses with that, or build entire hospitals, and in a single moment, it was just gone.
And here's the craziest part, you guys. The money wasn't stolen. It wasn't siphoned off to some hidden account. It had simply vanished from the system. 1 second it was there, the next, poof, gone. And the country's best cybersecurity experts, they were completely baffled. No breach, no virus, not a single trace.
And if that wasn't bad enough, they were on a timer, a really, really short one. The system had detected this massive error, and to protect itself, it started an automatic reboot sequence. This gave them a terrifyingly short window, just 15 minutes, before the money would be wiped from the system's memory forever, gone for good.
Okay, so this is where it all comes together. This is where our hero's strange little talent becomes the only thing that matters. This is where the street outside connects to the chaos happening way up in that glass tower.
You see, Aryan's gift wasn't just some random fluke. It was an inheritance. His late mother had been a system architect at this exact same company. And the most precious thing she left him was a diary. But it wasn't filled with words. It was filled with the patterns, the rhythms of machines. And this quote? It was one of her key insights.
So while everyone inside is panicking, Aryan on the street below hears it. He hears the building's voice change. An exhaust fan starts to stutter like it's holding its breath. He flips through his mother's diary and diagnoses the problem in an instant. The money isn't gone, it's trapped. Trapped in something called an infinity loop. It's like a digital maze where the data is just spinning in circles so fast it becomes invisible.
So what does he do? He runs straight to the one place he's always been kicked out of. He finds the senior manager, Isha, and warns her not to reboot. And then he drops the bombshell. He uses the term ghost load, a top-secret technical phrase that had only been spoken inside that crisis room minutes before. In that single moment, Isha knew. This kid somehow knew the impossible. And just like that, with the clock mercilessly ticking down, the kid they used to shoo away from the front door is now being rushed inside, right into the brain of the entire operation.
Isha, the manager, she takes this massive gamble, puts her entire career on the line for this kid. She brings him into the war room, surrounded by all these skeptical engineers. She points him to a terminal and gives him his mission. You have 10 minutes.
And Aryan, he just sits down, totally calm amidst all the chaos, and tells this room full of panic tech geniuses exactly what's up. He tells them this isn't a theft, it's an infinity loop. It wasn't a transaction loop, which is what they were looking for. It was an error loop. The system was basically fighting itself, and the money was just caught in the crossfire.
And his solution? It was beautiful. It was pure genius. He didn't try to hack his way in or force the system. He just listened. He understood the pattern of the machine's stress from his mother's diary. Then he typed in a simple binary code. Not a command, but a rhythm, a pulse. It was like giving the system a steady heartbeat to calm it down. And once it was calm, he could restore the normal flow of data.
In the final seconds, he hits enter. And for a moment, nothing. The room goes dark. The whole place just holds its breath. And then, a single beep. The main screen flickers back to life, and everyone sees the two words they were desperate to see. Transaction reversed. System normal. The money was back. A 12-year-old boy had just pulled off a digital miracle.
But hold on, the story isn't over, not even close, because what happens next, that's the real heart of the story. That's the part that really matters.
So, just as promised, Isha offers him the reward, 50 crore rupees, life-changing money. He'd earned every last paisa. His life of poverty was over, just like that. Everything was about to change, or so they thought.
And then Aryan does something that just stops everyone in their tracks. He turns down the money. With this one question, he basically says, what's the point of me being a king if my people, the other kids on the street, are still treated like they're nothing? He asks for something way more valuable than cash.
And that was the real prize. Because in response, DCS didn't just give him money. They changed their whole philosophy. They put in a new company rule. No one is invisible. They launched Project Aryan, a high-tech training center for underprivileged kids, giving them the respect and the opportunity that he had asked for. So, the big takeaway here is really this powerful reminder to look past what's on the surface, to listen a little closer and to never, ever underestimate the potential that's hidden in plain sight. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Who knows, the next genius might just be someone we all overlook every single day.